Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the individual stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepker and I'm joined by Kit Rees. So, Kit, thanks for being with me. BP ousting their CEO last week. Now they're getting rid of a whole division. What's the news?
Yes, so it's been a busy few weeks of news flow for BP, the oil major. So it's agreed to sell a majority stake in its Castrol business to Stonepeak Partners. So this is part of its plans to divest some of the assets from its portfolio. So it will raise about $6 billion for a 65% stake in the group. And it looks like the deal is set to complete at the end of next year. So BP's been grappling with quite a few issues. It made a sort of unsuccessful foray into the renewables world. So now it's pivoting back to focus on fossil fuels, and it's had pressure from activist investor Elliott in order to kind of accelerate this revamp. So this is part of the move to kind of go towards oil and gas and away from other parts of the business. So the shares this morning, they're up just 0.1%, which is quite a small move, but it looks like a good move in the right direction. Investors will probably be quite pleased about it, but the outlook for next year, we'll have to see how much more BP does, what its new CEO is going to be doing in terms of strategy, and to see if the shares can continue to recover.
Yeah, absolutely. That is one for us to think about then in the new year, as BP does seem to be seeing its share price increase. In terms of other things that we're thinking about, it's that time of year where we hand out some informal awards. You're giving a gong to Abivax. Why?
Yeah, so this is a French biotechnology company, and biotech tends to be quite a binary bet for investors. So these companies have drugs in development, and either the trial results are positive, and we see huge kind of rallies in the shares, or they're negative and you can see very big falls. So Abivax's shares are up more than 1,600% this year, making it easily the top performer in the Stock 600 index, basically because it got positive trial results for its bowel disease drug. So this is a positive development for the company. Biotechs which have successful trial results can attract M&A interest, especially from US companies. But they're going to be a few key catalysts we'll be watching out for next year. So it's going to get its phase 3 maintenance results for its ulcerative colitis treatment in the second quarter. And there's also going to be some trial results for its Crohn's disease treatment in the second half. So we'll have to see if it can sustain these absolutely enormous gains, which are putting it on track for its best year on record.
Okay, I like to think about that stock then. An interesting one. Not everyone, though, gets to be the best. So tell us about B&M, Kit.
Yeah, so this is sadly the second worst performer in the Stock 600 index. The B&M shares have more than halved this year, and it's on track for its worst year on record, following also what was a pretty underwhelming 2024. So it's been a sort of a series of unfortunate events. The company is grappling with the higher cost of hiring and also rising competition from lower cost rivals. It operates in the discount retailer segment of the market, and low income households who are kind of its main customers have also been grappling with the cost of living crisis. So the company's cut guidance several times this year. Its CFO has exited following an accounting error, and it's also got a relatively new CEO. And he said that the turnaround could take up to 18 months. So we'll have to see how this pans out for B&M next year to see if it can deliver on its revamp. It said that it's looking to do things such as cutting key food prices and reducing the number of products. But it could be a long way for the shares to recover next year.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.